Hi, I'm Dallas with Lower Gear Outdoors in Tempe and Southwest Kayaks in Lake Havasu City. We're a Hobie and Riot kayak dealer, and an important consideration of any purchase is how are we going to transport this. There are car top options, trailer options, and what a lot of people have is they can throw the kayak in the back of a pickup truck. That's often the easiest. But a lot of people these days have short bed trucks and the kayak sticks out too far in the back. So a solution for that is in the tailgate extenders. And we have two different examples here. I want to show the pros and cons of each. One is from Harbor Freight. These are about, at the time of this, is about $60, $65 or so. And this one is called the T-Bone from Boonedox, and this one is about a couple $100. So there's obvious differences. I want to show you a little bit about that actually installed on the back of my truck. Now I've got a long bed, so I'm 8 foot already with a couple feet in the tailgate. So I've had as long as a 17-foot big Pro Angler 17 in the back of this truck using one of these, and we'll show you how that works. This one is made out of, this is a Harbor Freight one. It's made out of steel, weighs about 30 pounds. This one is out of an aircraft aluminum. This accounts for a lot of the price increase on this one. It's only about 16 pounds, so that one is an advantage, obviously. But the big difference, and you'll see once we install it, is the curvature in the extension, and we'll see how that comes into play here in just a minute. So this first one I have installed here is the one from Harbor Freight, and here are some of the dimensions that you get from it. It extends your tailgate from here to here at about 31 inches. And the general rule is, as long as if you're about more than 4 feet, you need to throw a red flag on it. In Arizona, not more than 6 feet out the back. You have about 50 inches in width to work with. Certainly any good sized boat will work on that. However, not really enough room for 2 boats. Down here you have about 18 inches of clearance, and that's going to come into play when you go over a curb. And I will compare that one to the Boonedox. And this is the one from Boonedox. This is the aluminum version. You can see some obvious stylistic changes in it. This one has a curved extension rather than a pure L shape. The advantage of that is you have a lot more ground clearance in case you're going over a curb or something like that. You don't bottom out. Again, it's also made out of aluminum instead of steel, so it is a lot lighter, but it is more than double as expensive. The distance between the back of the tailgate and the bar itself is a little less than it is on the Harbor Freight ones. However, if you raise it up, depending on how the height of the back of your bed, it does extend greater than the one at Harbor Freight. This one also is wide enough to have 2 kayaks on it instead of just one. So those are some of the comparisons between the two. So whether you go with the Harbor Freight or Boonedox or any other brand that you might like, a key is how to best put the straps on it. We really encourage not using the mechanical leveraged cam type of straps, but rather just the friction style. It's a whole lot easier, and you don't have to worry about over tightening. Now in this particular example, this is a 12-foot boat. Absolutely don't need it with my long bed and the tailgate down, but just to show you how this works. On either one of them, you'll see these tie-down points on it, but just ignore these. And so this is going to apply also if you're just car topping it. But this is a 12-foot strap. And we're going to put it over on one side. And then you want to loop it as close to the hole as you can, and then bring it back over, and then loop it underneath again. And And you want this buckle facing you, and that way you can really crank it down as tight as you want. Again, this is not the best example because it's way too far back and we just don't need it, but you get the idea. Don't use these. Just tighten it out as tight as you can get it right close, and that gets rid of the horizontal shifting on the kayak on the